Hello and welcome back to the Bookshelf Odyssey. My name is Art, and I'm going to attempt the Cloak and Dagger Christmas challenge. I joke and say I'm going to attempt it because I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do anything, but I read so many mysteries and I have plans to read some mysteries in December, so I thought, well, might as well give it a shot. It is a challenge hosted by the wonderful Kate Howe. I will make sure to link her channel below along with her co-hosts. And basically what it is a reading challenge that celebrates mysteries and reading mysteries at Christmas time. If you know me and follow my channel, you know that I love a good cozy mystery, especially one set at Christmas time. So I don't know what it is about the two that really blend well this time of year, but maybe it's because the days are getting shorter and colder and darker, and your mind just goes to that, that what if. Also, it's one of the most stressful times of year, so do be careful about what mysteries you read, because they might give you some ideas on how to bump off that annoying person in the line in front of you as you're trying to buy your last-minute Christmas gifts. Side note, I do not endorse murder. Okay, I hope that's clear enough, but I understand. All right. Well, let's look at the prompts here. So I've really run into this without much thought beforehand and preparation. I'm going to try to base it on what my TBR might look like for December and see if I have anything that would match the prompts. The first prompt is Partridge in a Pear Tree, and you need to read a mystery with an alliterative title. By now, you're probably going to be tired of me talking about this series, but I'll be reading Mrs. Claus, the Mrs. Claus Mystery Series, Book 3, Mrs. Claus and the Evil Elves. And that kind of has an alliteration. All three books do have an alliterative title, Mrs. Claus in the Santa Land Slayings and Mrs. Claus in the Halloween Homicide. So I think that counts. Prompt number 2 is to do a buddy read. Which I don't have any buddy reads scheduled. So if there's a mystery that you'd like to buddy read with me, let me know. I really have planned poorly for this video now that I think ahead, but I love buddy reading, and hopefully you have a good idea because I don't. Okay. Prompt number 3 is 3 French Hens, a translated work or set in a different country. And yes, I just was recommended this series, the Inspector Montalbano Mysteries. It's written by Andrea Camilleri, and I'm butchering names, I'm sorry. But it takes place in Italy, I believe, and has been translated into English. It has something like 28 books in the series, and it sounds really fascinating. I was actually recommended book 2, but I'm going to start with book 1. It's called The Shape of Water, so I'm planning to read that in December. Prompt number 4, 4 Calling Birds. Read in nature or go for a walk. Well, this will be an easy prompt. I love listening to an audiobook while I take Pumpkin out for a walk. It's going to be a little bit more chilly to do that, but we'll bundle up. She loves the cold weather. She's an Australian Shepherd, and she loves the snow. I can't wait for it to really get a serious snow. We had about half an inch a few weeks ago. She loved it. She runs around eating it. She catches the snowflakes. She frolics. I don't know if I ever have seen a dog frolic before, and that was adorable. Videos to come, I'm sure. Number 5, 5 Gold Rings, foil on a cover. And I'm not sure I have any books on my list that would have foil on it, but Kate makes a couple of recommendations. The Mistletoe Murders, which is a good one. I've read that. I think that's a short story collection, if I remember right. That's by P.D. James. Number 6 is 6 Geese a Lane. Have a cozy time eating Christmas treats and watch a cozy mystery. Yes, please. The Inspector Gamache series has a new TV show series coming out that I am really, really excited about. I don't think I would classify Louise Penny as a cozy mystery writer, but I find her books cozy and familiar and enjoyable. It's one of my all-time favorite mystery series, and so I think I'm going to count that as a cozy mystery and make some goodies up for that. I love gingerbread cookies. I might make some gingerbread cookies and settle in and watch some of that show. I have really high hopes for it. It looks fantastic. The casting looks virtually perfect. And I am so excited for that mystery series. Prompt number 7 is 7 Swans a Swimming. Have a soak in the bath, go for a swim, or walk in the rain. Well, being that I live in Iowa and it's winter, going for a swim is out of the question unless you want to do the polar bear plunge. Actually, that might be a way to get more views, right? No, I'm not doing that. You can jump in the freezing cold water. I'm not doing it. Walk in the rain. We might get some rain, but this time of year, it's either going to be snow or sleet, unless we have another really unusual warm spell. I think a couple Christmases ago, it actually rained on Christmas Day, which was kind of a bummer. I guess it's having a soak in the bathtub, but yeah, I'm not really a bath person. So I don't know. I might have to get creative with that prompt. Would walking in the snow count as rain? Because isn't snow just frozen rain? Or maybe I'd have to go out in the sleet. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'm going to be pushing the limit on all these prompts. Prompt 8 Dingoes Dancing, wildcard read. So I guess you can just read whatever you want. That sounds like a great plan to me. I've got plenty of mysteries on the docket for December. For that one, I might read from Vicki Delaney's year-round Christmas mystery series called Hark the Herald Angels Sleigh. I had planned to read that in December. It takes place in Rudolph, New York. It's a town that celebrates Christmas year-round, and the main character, Mary Wilkinson, she works at a Christmas store called Mrs. Claus's Treasures. That one might work well for a wildcard read. That one takes place in the summer, but they, like I said, celebrate Christmas all year round. So there's this big celebration where Santa arrives in town for his summer vacation, and then a dead body shows up, as is wont to happen in a cozy mystery. So that might make it for a fun wildcard read. 9 Ladies Dancing, have a festive night in or out to get into the festive cheer. All right, well, that might be fun. We'll certainly try that. We might definitely have a family Christmas party for sure. There's also a possibility we'll have a Christmas party at our church, so that might also count. Prompt number 10 is 10 Lords a Leaping, story with nobility. Ooh, there was one I just heard about where it's the Queen of England solves mysteries. It's really wacky sounding. The first book in the series is called The Windsor Knot by S.J. Bennett. It sounds really, really bizarre. The Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, who just recently passed away, is the main character in this series. It looks like there are 4 books in the series right now, and it takes place in modern times. And the Queen gets pulled into solving mysteries somehow, and it just sounds wacky enough that I might have to read that. That would be one recommendation for it. I'm trying to think if I have any others. I was just looking at Kate's suggestions, and An English Murder by Cyril Hare. I actually have that on my TBR, so maybe I'll plan to read that if the Windsor Knot one doesn't work out, because in that way I'd at least knock it off of my actual TBR list. So yeah, I might do that. Prompt number 11 is 11 Pipers Piping, to listen to cozy Christmas music while reading. Well, that's a given. I want to recommend an album I love. It's by Doug Hammer, and it's called Noel. It's just piano music. And it's perfect. It's very soothing. It's relaxing, and it has some beautiful versions of In the Bleak Midwinter is one, and When Christmas Comes to Town. I absolutely love that song as Doug Hammer plays it on the piano. It's really, really good. There's another one I like called Guitar Winterlude, and I will post some links down in the show notes for that. I like to listen to that one when I read A Christmas Carol. It just really fits the vibe of A Christmas Carol for me. So every time I hear it now, I think of A Christmas Carol. But that's usually the one I read or listen to while I read that story. But those are two suggestions if you need some good cozy Christmas recommendations. And then the 12th prompt is 12 Drummers Drumming, listen to a crime narrative. For that, I have plenty of those that I listen to. I just listened to Still Life by Louise Penny. I'm doing a reread of that series, so I went with the audio book, and that was a very good reading. The Coffee House Mystery series by Cleo Coyle. I love that series. I'm probably about halfway through, and the narrator for that one, she does a great job with some of the New York accents especially. That would be one recommendation. I just started listening to A Brew to a Kill. So you'll want to check that out if you like coffee based mysteries. I do. She's got a couple of great Christmas ones in the series as well, if you like to read Christmas mysteries this time of year. So those are a few very few ideas I have for the Cloak and Dagger Christmas. So let me know if you're doing it, if you have a video, if you have a plan to read some mysteries this year. And make sure you like and subscribe. I've got some fun videos coming up here. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know in the comments what you'll be reading, and let me know if you have a favorite fictional detective. I'd love to know who you love to read about, and might give me some new detectives to find in the coming year. So until next time, take care and happy reading.